All season, the Ink Spot presents Normal Community Ironmen basketball. We kick off the 24-25 basketball season with the Intercity basketball tournament, and it's the rivals from across town as Normal Community takes on Normal West. Joel Swanson, Zach Knox Doyle, Bella Green joining us tonight. Zach here for the opening night of the Intercity tournament. And Zach, I think you have been ready for this, about 360 some days, or whenever last season ended in March, and it was a great season for Normal Community a year ago. But Zach, they start off with their rivals from...
And ended up being the runners-up in state, losing 60-48 to Homewood Flossmoor. Just an absolutely exceptional season and tied for the best finish in program history. But there are a lot of returners, 8 returners from varsity last season, and we'll get into the details as we continue on through.
We certainly will. And Bella joining us tonight, your thoughts on Ironmen basketball in game number 1?
Yeah, I'm just really excited to get into this season. I mean, one thing that we know last season, they were proven, they had a phenomenal season. This year, maybe there's some unknowns. We don't really know what's going to happen. So I just really want to see this first game, see how these players are going to play. Because you can talk about stuff all you want, but then when it actually happens.
Extremely well. So there were questions coming into game number 1, but there's a lot more questions that don't have answers this year. And a lot of guys, first of all, in new roles. And second of all, a lot of new guys we haven't seen before at the varsity level. So this should be a team as it maybe rounds into form here over the first couple weeks.
Yeah, so let's just start with the starters here tonight. So the starters for community, Trey Burditt's going to be starting at point guard. He played some varsity last season. He's got great awareness. Then we're going to have Connor Smith alongside him. I expect him to be one of the leaders, if not the leader, in points per game for the Ironmen this season. He is a sharp three-point shooter, got a lot of minutes in state last year, and just throughout the season was the 5th leading scorer on the team. Alongside him is going to be Marcus Russell. Just a lot of changes that you were talking about. Owen Osborne's going to be starting at power forward. Last year, in a team that had so much size in the starting lineup, everybody was 6'4" and above. One of those is Owen Osborne, so he's going to be starting at power forward. Last year played a lot of shooting guard. And then, of course, starting at center is Kobe Walker, the guy that everybody's talking about, the Central Michigan commit. So that is where a lot of the noise is around, kind of like last year, a lot of the noise was around Jaheim Weber and the Southern Illinois commit. Kobe Walker's the new big storyline for the Ironmen.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Bella, your thoughts maybe on some of those questions coming in tonight for the Ironmen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really interesting that there's a freshman on the team, and some players that were improving on what he did last season. Just experience kind of changes that.
Yeah, it does show how good that team was a year ago, in that Kobe Walker was getting Division I looks and still wasn't in. He is a rebounding machine, and I think he's going to be able to show a little bit more maybe on the offensive end what he can do this season.
He really is a machine, and in his career, 2 years on varsity, his sophomore and junior year, he only averaged 11 minutes, being behind Jaheim Weber, 5 points, 5 rebounds, nearly a steal and a block a game, which is exceptional for 11 minutes. And who knows what he's going to average with starting minutes this year. And Bella, you talked about the freshman on the team, Chase Caston. He came from junior high, obviously. He was done.
Gets himself in the game, and not even, we haven't even mentioned the sophomore as well, Jarrell Brown, who had an outstanding season on the JV team. Really good athlete, and Jarrell's 6'6", so you talk about a wing player that we're getting ready for our starting lineups in the national anthem, and we haven't even talked about Normal West and everything happening with the Wildcats, so that'll be another conversation here in just a moment. But we are getting ready for the national anthem here at the Shirk Center, so we're going to turn things over to the PA address announcer tonight. That is Kev Varney. He is the PA address announcer at Bloomington High School. They rotate the PA announcers here at the Intercity. So let's turn things over to Kev Varney here. Will give us our starting lineups and the national anthem.
6-foot freshman, 13, Chase Sennett. Also at guard, 6'2", sophomore, 22, Riley Larkin. And at guard, 5'11", senior, number 23, Mike Zaleski. Head coach for the Wildcats, Ed Hofferman.
Welcome back to the Shirk Center here. Starting lineups, national anthem in the books. We are ready for the 24-25 season to kick off Normal Community and Normal West. We'll talk a little bit about the Wildcats here as the first quarter goes along, but their starters look this way. Malik Givens-Smith out there right now for Normal West. And here we go. He tips it off Connor Smith, who's able to save it over to Burdett, and we are on our way. So Trey Burdett now facing a zone here from the Wildcats. We saw this little 2-1-2. City tournament is on its way here in 2024.
Oh, I've been waiting for those words. The Intercity tournament is on the way. Trey finds Connor Smith in the corner, and the first three's up. No good. Offensive board from Osborne.
And we're going to get a foul on the play. That's going to be on Mike Zaleski. So first team foul against Normal West. And to say that the Ironmen have a size advantage with Kobe Walker might be an understatement, as Walker towers over everybody else on the floor. It's pretty much him and 9 guards on the floor. As Marcus Russell able to get the first bucket of the tournament and the game.
Yeah, like you said, it is 5 guards on the floor.
As Marcus is going to have a much more expanded role this year. Came off the bench quite a bit as a junior a year ago. Connor Smith saw a lot of playing time in that guard spot. They've got him in the high post here against that zone. This from Normal West from the very beginning. Nice play that time by Riley Larkin. Excuse me, that's Chase Sennett. The freshman picking it off, but the Wildcats turn it right back over. Trey Burdett now back the other way for the Ironmen in the front court. Smith looked at the three for a second, now back out to Burdett. Out of Kobe Walker, they find Osborne in the corner. Owens three on the way, doesn't go down. Marcus Russell's got the rebound. Russell inside is going to be tied up, taken away. Owen Osborne will try it again, and the second time's the charm for Owen Osborne. The three goes down, it's 5-0 Normal Community.
Oh, let's talk about the ball movement there. How about that? That was
a press here from Normal Community as they really want to speed up this tempo and try to get out in the open floor.
Well, they know West is really young. And when you're young, first game of the season, there's so many nerves going on. Team is experienced. They're returning 8 players from varsity last season. Everybody on the floor right now played on varsity last season, while for West, only 2 did. So it's a completely different story, and Community is just attack first on defense, and it's working so well.
Yeah, and we saw a story like this kind of last year in Intercity for the girls basketball team. The girls basketball team was very experienced, and the West team had freshmen and sophomores, and we beat them by 40 points.
Wow.
Just getting that lead and like keeping it.
We're getting a foul. Horn saw some good minutes coming off the bench a year ago, but the guard who really saw the most minutes was Connor Smith, number 11. He played some valuable minutes for Normal Community, especially in the state championship game a year ago. Hemmed in by Kobe Walker. Oh, nice cut down the lane. And Zach Marvel will have the first 2 points of the year for Normal West.
I'd love to see a Zach get some success there. And Kobe Walker's got it down inside. He's got a couple bodies on him, but that's going to be an offensive foul by Kobe Walker.
I think they called him for a travel that time, Zach. He might have shuffled the feet right there. It looked like Kobe did a pretty good job of getting that ball up there, lobbing it inside. He is going to have that huge height advantage. It's not just on the offensive end as Normal West turns it over, but it's also, he's going to be at the backside of that press as well. So even trying to get away, no good. Kobe Walker's got the rebound. I think he's still boxing him out there, and Kobe puts it up. No shot. They're going to call this one out of bounds, as picking that one up is going to be Riley Larkin. Team foul against Normal West, and now coming off the bench will be Oliver Brookins, another sophomore. 9 sophomores on the varsity roster for Normal West this year, and 4 freshmen. Just a couple of juniors and a senior. Here's Kobe Walker on the turn, and Kobe puts down his first bucket of the year.
Yeah, and there were a couple players that were going to be on this team last year. They had Cameron Dunson-Riggs, who was their, that's a 5-second violation.
5-second violation against Normal West, so turn it back over to Normal Community.
Cameron Dunson-Riggs was the freshman that started.
Caston now in the lineup. That's the freshman we were talking about before the game. Chase listed at 6'3", probably closer to 6'4", brings them great size, and now for the first time to see a lot of minutes as well for Normal Community this year.
Yeah, Andrew Nauer is a great playmaker, and he's also an ink spotter.
Is that right?
Yes,
I did not know that.
Yes,
Very good.
He is, yep. So it's always nice to see ink spotters on the court.
Yeah.
You know, Terrion was on the court last year, and now he's T-Dot Productions taking lots of great pictures, so it's cool to kind of see full circle moments like that.
And is Marcus Russell also an ink spotter as well?
Marcus Russell is an ink
There you
spotter
go.
as well, yep.
Yep. So that right there is about 15% of the team are ink spotters. So
There
we
you
are
go.
on a roll. Score, the Ironmen have the lead. Here's Chase Caston. 3 on the way is going to be a little short. Kobe Walker just finds the basketball, couldn't find it right there. And here come the Wildcats back the other way.
I like that confidence from goal.
Here comes Trey Burdett the other way. The lefty coast to coast won't go down. He's got his own rebound, though. Out to Nauer. It's going to be a little nervousness from everybody here. Caston inside, foul, shot up, no good, and he will head to the line. As you mentioned, playing junior high basketball a year ago, finds himself a year later on the court here at the Shirk Center for the Intercity, but boy, he looks calm, cool, and collected on the floor right now.
And one thing is he has no hesitation. The first free throw's up, it's good. He shows full confidence. If I was just coming in, that's just a great thing to see from a freshman, not only for this year, in the 4 years to come.
Dave Witzik in his 26th year at the helm for Normal Community, 5-time, and I'm not sure he has put a freshman on the floor this early in an intercity game as Chase Caston just winning the contest. You saw Andrew Nauer doing a nice job on the basketball right there, as Normal Community's pressure has really given the Wildcats some problems here early in the contest.
Nauer is a hustler. Last season on JV, he averaged the most minutes, 26 minutes a game, 7 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. He puts his whole heart out on the court.
And some new players out there. Kayshawn Jones has the basketball now over to Brookins. He came in a few moments ago and now out top. 14 fouls already here in the contest, just the second against Normal Community.
You start wondering, 4 minutes into the game, why is Mike Zaleski on the bench? Out of the varsity players from last year, and he's a 46% three-point shooter. Just such a sharp shooter. He's on the bench right now. I think he might have, did he pick up a foul or two?
There you go. Kobe Walker's got the block. Back the other way. Trey Burdett all the way down. A little scoop and a pretty English off the glass right there. He's got 4 points now in the contest, and the Ironmen lead 12-2. And we'll see if this one gets ugly early or if West can hang around.
And Malik Givens just beat Nauer there. Nauer got back. We got a layup, and that looked to be blocked. Was that by Caston or Walker?
Yeah, I think that was Kobe Walker who got a piece.
Central Michigan.
Jarrell Brown's on the floor for the first time out there for Normal Community, the 6'6" sophomore who's got a tremendous wingspan out there for the Ironmen. Boy, there's that wingspan as Jarrell Brown got a piece of that one from Charlie Hanks. Here come the Ironmen back the other way.
That's almost like he's listening to you talk about his wingspan.
Kobe Walker catches it high, keeps it high, and finishes right there. And Bella, your thoughts here on the last couple minutes of the contest?
Kobe is just big in the paint. I mean, I wanted to see him be aggressive this season, and we've seen that. There's fouls where it hasn't counted, but you've seen him make every shot, go up with every shot.
Much attention. Well, obviously, a lot of teams were double teaming him, but then Community just had so much talent and so much size that he didn't get as much attention. But now the team, they're a little bit, taller, but Kobe Walker is 6'9", and he's big too. We have a lot of forwards on the team like Caston and Jarrell. Kobe Walker's just so big, he's gonna force so many fouls.
Yeah, there's no question who the center on the team is.
Not at all.
And Kobe is an active rebounder. He's a guy that's going to go get the basketball for you. And the question is, how will he defend the perimeter? That's going to be a huge question mark as the Ironmen begin to move forward. Here's a 3 by Zaleski. That ball, I think Jarrell Brown got a piece of it. We're going to get a foul against Normal West. Knock down the front end and knock down the backside as well.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Jarrell Brown. Last year as a freshman on JV, here's the first free throw from Walker. It's good. Last year, Jarrell Brown averaged 22 minutes and about a steal a game as a freshman on JV. He started, and he's got that wingspan, like you said. He's shifty, and one thing that wasn't shown a lot is the second free throw is good. 16-2 Ironmen was a big defensive presence blocking the ball, and that is great to see with 2 blocks already this game.
They have him out in the front of the trap right here as Normal West able to break it. Given Smith now, looked like he traveled that time, but got away with it. A.J. Ince now in the lineup for Normal Community, the junior, and there's Mike Zaleski. He knocks in a 3. That's the second bucket for Normal West. 16-5 now, 1 year ago. Maybe a little bit of a mid-range game, but if he can figure out how to get to the cup a little bit more this year, expand his game, that's something for us to look for from the senior guard.
And I talked to him pregame. That's actually exactly what he said he's been working on the offseason a lot of this year.
Gets a hand on that pass. Oh, that is great hustle by Connor Smith. You got to love to see that. And you can see the coaches are on the far side. They're all up applauding that action right there. Connor got a hand on the basketball right there, just about dove out of bounds to be able to save it, and you got to love that in the first quarter of the season.
You know, there's something about this team. Last year, obviously, an amazing team, second place finisher, but it almost seems like this team just has an unmatched hustle. And they're, obviously, it's the first game of the season.
A little bit, so Ironmen are going to have to watch that as Gabe Nige is going to come in the lineup here. And the Ironmen, I do believe, have already gone 11 deep here to start the contest. We'll have the community. They already got 10 guys in the lineup here in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah, they're really getting a lot of people in, which is exactly what we want to see. It got dumped off to Gabe. That is going to be a turnover from Gabe Nege, who's just coming off of the football season. Last year, we saw Dexter have a slow start, not even start at the start of the season due to football season. Gabe will get a lot more minutes as we continue on throughout the season. He's going to be Kobe Walker's backup.
Yeah, that has got to be tough, though. You finish football, you hit the basketball court on Monday. After that's done with practice, 1 week later, you're in the Intercity. So it just takes a little while for those guys.
Twice a week, he had some private lessons with basketball, so it's good to see that he was still getting reps in, and that he won't be too cold with basketball since he's been practicing.
I'll tell you what, the football coaches were more than pleased with the line. And he was a great addition to the 2024 Ironmen on the football field.
Yeah, he got an all-conference honorable mention in his first year of football.
Giving Smith down the lane, and he scooped it up. He's going to be called for traveling as the Ironmen got a hand on the basketball. 4.4 seconds to go here, first quarter, 16-5. Normal Community has the lead. The Ironmen have gotten themselves off to a nice start, and we'll see if they can finish the quarter strong.
And they have really shut down Given Smith, and here's Connor. He gives it off to Owen. That's a deep 3 ball. It's up just off the back iron, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter with the Ironmen leading 6.
Getting to all of the balls, they're like setting the tone. They're getting in the lanes. Every single thing feels like the community has it.
Play a lot of this year just because they might go for more of a small ball, especially when the freshman starts getting more minutes. They start getting more used to that, but they needed to put him in because when he wasn't in, they were.
Yeah, he's really the only size they have on the roster at 6'6". Their next tallest player is Riley Larkin at 6'2". Other than that, not a lot of size for the Wildcats. As down the lane, Marcus Root that time by Owen Osborne. He's got 5 now in the contest.
And get used to seeing Owen play like that. Last year it was 3 after 3 after 3. This year he's going to be in more of a power forward. Still going to be shooting the 3 balls we saw earlier in the game, but that was a nice finish. I love to see Owen in the paint. Mike Zaleski is up and good. That's his 5th point of the game. He's got 5 of Normal West 7.
Yeah, knocked down a 3 earlier, bucket right there. 18-7 now. The Ironmen have the lead here. Normal West continues to kind of play this matchup zone here. There's a little bit of a 2-3 look with those guards. Rocks were able to break it down to the 4th and defeat the Wildcats, but it took Rock Island a long time to figure out how to break down this zone defense.
What I want to point out is Trey Burdett seems unfazed by it. Playing really smart, great find there to Connor Smith. Connor Smith's got a midi, and that is up and good. 20 points from the Ironmen. Love to see that from Connor, not just relying on that 3-pointer, getting in, getting a better look. As there's a 3, and that's up and good from the Ironmen. Malik Gibbons Smith from 3. He is a sharpshooter, and now the game's within 10.
And we're going to have a flop call that time on Normal Community, I do believe. So 20-10 as Malik Gibbons Smith knocks down another bucket for Normal West.
Sure, Bella knows about this. That's been infiltrated in the NBA a lot. A lot of that flop calling. I think the Celtics should be called on it all the time.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know if it's.
See Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Bella is a pretty significant Celtics fan, so we'll have to talk about that as the year goes on.
Go Bulls.
Owen Osborne inside. Good comeback, Zach. As Owen Osborne able to put one home. As the Bulls and the Celtics kind of on the same level right now in the NBA. So
yeah, yep, something like that. You know, the Bulls are only like 7-11, but it's no worries.
Connor Smith picked up a foul right there. That is his second personal, so he'll have to be careful now. And we are going to see Andrew Nauer now into the lineup here for the Ironmen, and Connor Smith will down the ball. Zaleski now down the lane over Walker. Nice little push shot goes down. Normal West has gotten their feet underneath them a little bit now. 20 in this contest. West has played pretty even ever since.
You know, if you tell me at the end of the season that Zaleski averages about 20 a game, I would not be surprised. West lost Nate Moore, somebody that did average 20 in his junior year, 15 in his senior, and that's a floater from Andrew Nauer, no good. There's the rebound from Zaleski, and last year, nice pass. Beautiful pass.
Nice job that time by Oliver Brookins right there. Normal West only scored 5 points in the first quarter. They've got 9 already here in the second, and we still got 5.5 to go here. No call. Given Smith now puts the ball on the floor, gets into Kobe Walker, runs into him, lost the ball, and I think it went down that time. Malik Given Smith now, and West back within 6, and here come the Wild.
Of the 16 for the Ironmen, the 2 of the 3 returners from varsity last season really taking over. That is a deep pass, great catch by Andrew Nauer, but that's a turnover from the Ironmen.
Now Normal West will turn it back over, and remember, this is the first game of the season for both teams. You're going to see some sloppy action on both sides, and we've seen that the last couple minutes. The Normal West has definitely looked better than Community here in the second quarter. 16-5 after 1, now 22-16 as West has outscored Community 11-6 here now in the second period.
They just need to slow it down.
Outside the backboard, Marcus Russell had it tipped away by Zaleski, and Malik Given Smith able to pick it out. And now here comes Normal West, down by 8. We're approaching the 4-minute mark to go of the first half. Dressing, it certainly has been tonight. You can see Kobe Walker is going to be asked to guard some smaller players all year. It's Riley Larkin this time, Chase Sennett this time. As down the lane goes Given Smith, and a foul coming up against Owen Osborne there for the Ironmen. For Normal Community, second team foul on the Ironmen in the quarter. 3:51 for the first half. 24-16 our score in favor of the Ironmen.
When we see the Ironmen in foul trouble, I think that kind of goes a little bit with the size. They're a lot bigger. It's harder to call. That looked like that might have been an elbow to Osborne, so rough one, but I think that's just his first foul. On
the ball on the deck. The Wildcats trying to get closer than they've been for quite a while, trying to maybe get that lead down to 5. It was 6 a few moments ago. They trail by 8 right now. Now we put 5 guards on the floor, and it's exactly what we see from the Wildcats right here, spreading things out against the Ironmen. Sennett now down low to Given Smith. He'll come back out against Burdett. Now on the drive inside, got all the way in with the right hand, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Trey Burdett, and here come the Ironmen back the other way. Burdett down the lane, all the way in, scooped it up, doesn't go. Owen Osborne's got the rebound back home. Owen's got 9 points here now in the first half.
Owen's got 9, Trey's got 6. They've got 15 of the 26, and Trey is staying aggressive on offense, which I love. Great help from Kobe. That is
free throws of the night. First one up and good. Cuts that lead to 9 at 26-17. It was 16-5 at the end of the first quarter. Normal West has been able to cut that gap a little here in what you're seeing so far in the first half.
I mean, we've seen the momentum switch from Community to West now. West zone defense is really causing some maybe anxiety for the Ironmen. They're kind of speeding things up, not really getting things into a flow. One thing the Ironmen have always done is man defense, right? So we've seen them do that. I don't know if it's necessarily being effective 100% right now.
Leski wide open. Oh, that would not go down. That one looked like it was going to head down the well there. Normal Community now up by 8, 2 minutes to go before halftime.
And it's breaks like those that the Ironmen are going to need. And there is the shot from the freshman, no good. Andrew Nauer with some incredible hustle, and they're going to call him out of bounds. It looked like he might have gotten pushed, but that's the call. And maybe that was just great defense from West. They've been really scrappy. And, you know, Bella, you talked about the hustle. How about it was a hustle game and the Ironmen had the lead. The hustle's completely shifted, and now let's see where this game goes. West is really starting to make it a game.
And Normal Community has been sitting on senior Connor Smith ever since he picked up his second foul here. And here's another three on the way that doesn't go down. Rebound pulled out there by Zaleski. He got fouled on it. Zaleski knocks down the free throw there for Normal West. Given Smith has 7. Zaleski has knocked in 8. That is 15 of the 19 for the Wildcats, and make it 16 right there.
Zaleski makes the term free throws true. They are practically free for him. He went 21 for 25 from the line last season. It's a perfect 2 for 2 on the season this year. And West is 4 for 4.
26-20 our score, and West continues to sit in that zone. Here's Chase Caston, 3 on the way. That doesn't go down. Owen Osborne's got another rebound for the Ironmen. Osborne trying to power it up inside, has it taken away by Zaleski, and he commits a foul. Frustration foul that time on Owen Osborne. That's his second personal foul, and I do believe that's going to put the Wildcats in the bonus.
One is off the iron. Not something I would expect. He's at 9 points. If he can knock this one down, he'll be the first in double digits today. And like I said, I'd expect him to average about 20 for the season. He's on pace.
I got to remember that in high school basketball now, and second year implementing that. 1:05 now to go in the half. Jarrell Brown will try a 3. That goes down. Jarrell Brown's 3 is good, and I do believe that will count, but we've got a foul coming up, I think, on Normal Community. So Jarrell Brown knocks down the 3 to make it 29-21. We're going to walk to the other end, and Zaleski's going to be shooting again here. He'll have now put up 6
forwards. Jarrell Brown and the new Chase Caston, who is a freshman, and that free throw is good from Zaleski.
Zaleski now on the number for the Wildcats. He's got 12, and 9 of them in the quarter here. 29-23. Be interesting to see if the Ironmen go for 1. Burden now to Brown. Jarrell again from the corner. That one no good. Rebound knocked around. Andrew Nauer's got it here for the Ironmen. He'll back it back out. 40 seconds now on the game clock for halftime. Chase Caston gets trapped. He turns it over. Stealing that basketball is Jones. Jones back out front. Brookins 3. Good! 3-pointer for Oliver Brookins. Here to go. Andrew Nauer with 2, 1, and he's fouled on the play. That one's going to be against Kayshawn Jones. He'd love to have that one back. Andrew Nauer is going to have 3. Normal Community leading 29-26.
How about Oliver Brookins? He's obviously been given the green light. We've seen him shoot a couple threes. Was that his first points of the night, or does he have more?
Yeah, he's got 5 tonight so far.
Yeah, he's got a green light. He's a 5'8" sophomore, and he just seems relentless, shooting with will, and that one fell down, a huge one, to put West within 1 possession of the game, which hasn't been within 1 possession since the first minute of the ball game.
And now heading to the free throw line is Andrew Nauer in this first half.
Yeah,
Crowd starting to pick up here at the Shirk Center, starting to fill in. We'll probably see a full house by the second half as fans from full header here at the Intercity. And now we will have 3 shots, and Andrew Nauer is going to be all by himself at the free throw line. And Zach, I'm not exactly sure why that is. Bell, I'm not sure why exactly Andrew's out there by himself.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but he knocked it down. I know whenever that would have happened with me in a basketball game and all of a sudden nobody's in the lane, I'd get really nervous, especially in the first game of the season. And that one's off the iron, but he made the first one, which is obviously that first one's the most important, getting that one down. We'll see this third one.
Still not exactly sure why that happened.
There may have been a technical on the play. That's the only.
No technical free throws were shot, though. It was up. No good right there, and we have reached the halftime. Halftime here from the Shirk Center. It's game number 1 of the 2024 Intercity Basketball Tournament. It was all Normal Community in quarter number 1. They led 16-5. Normal West comes storming back in quarter number 2 to make it 31-26 Normal Community at the halftime. Well, Bella, your thoughts on the first half here? All Ironmen in quarter 1, and West pretty much all Wildcat.
So what I think community needs to do for the second half is slow down, first of all, we need those guards. You said the guards have foul trouble, offense, and make everything flow again is what I think will be key for the Ironmen.
What about Kobe Walker? What are your thoughts on how the Ironmen, we haven't seen a lot from him. He's the guy that everybody's expecting to see a lot from this season. I think he had 6 or 4 points in that first half. What do you think the Ironmen need to see from him in the second half to see success?
Yeah, I think it's a problem of, I mean, we've seen there's two sides of height, right? When you have small players, there's actually kind of an advantage in some ways because they're lower and sometimes they can get those steals. So when you see West kind of swarming Kobe.
Is a perfect way to describe that, and one thing it reminds me of is PJ Tucker whenever he guarded Giannis. I don't know if you remember that, but as a Giannis fan, I remember always watching PJ Tucker. And basketball works. A lot of times when you do have these smaller guys, they're able to swarm, and that's exactly what they did. They didn't do it right off the bat, but that's why they've seen success in this second quarter, because they switched to that tactic and just giving it their all, putting all of it on the court, and just relentless hustle.
Normal Community scored 16 points in the first quarter, 15 in the second, 31 overall for the Ironmen. For Normal West, just 5 in the first quarter, but 21 in quarter number 2 in the corner. Then they got 2 points from Andrew Nauer, 2 from Marcus Russell, 2 from Connor Smith, 1 point for Chase Caston, total of 31 for the Ironmen. A lot of guys chipping in and scoring in the first half. For Normal West, just the exact opposite. Mike Zaleski had 12. Malik Gibbons-Smith had 7. 5 for Oliver Brookins, 2 for Zach Marvel. So only 4 Wildcats scored in the first half. But either way, whether you got balance or one guy filling it up, still just a 5-point game at half. And as you guys mentioned, that zone has given the Ironmen some significant problems. Normal Community's had a hard time getting anything inside against Normal West so far in the first half.
They talk about the zone from West, and I think that has been the key for them. We talk offensively. Obviously, when you look at the stats, 2 players, the 2 seniors, having 19 of the 26 for Normal West. When you look on the defensive end of the ball, everybody is chipping in, and that's how it works with zone. I think that's why the swarming is working so well, because once that ball gets inside, everybody can just, all of a sudden, they're all there. Everybody's swarming Kobe or whoever's in the inside, and that is what's caused a lot of this sloppiness from Community, these turnovers from Community. And West just needs to keep doing that, and I'm sure the Ironmen are talking about it in the locker room right now, trying to figure out some ways to get around that and maybe just put that ball up. When Kobe gets the ball, I want to see it nice and high.
Quite a bit. Why bring it down? Yep, just want to shoot the basketball. And I think that's going to be a key for Normal Community, is figuring out, first of all, how to get the ball inside.
Talk about some history between these 2 teams. I talked about how they're...
Zach, you always want to talk about history.
I love history.
This team versus that team. This is your
course.
thing. So let's turn it over to Zach here for a quick history lesson. Bill, you can take a few-minute break here. Zach's got a lot to say, so here we go.
All right. Actually, you know what? We're talking about history. I'm going to start with Normal West history. So they have an overall record of 415 and 408, just a tad bit over 50% win percentage in 28 years, because we talked about, well, we haven't talked about this, but Normal Community, Edward Hofferman, and West has won regional 2 times under him. They're 59 and 70, but one thing is they've only had 1 winning record in the last 5 years. And who was a 17-year coach. West has only had 3 total coaches, and I'm sure that Hofferman's going to stay here for a while. And I like what he's doing with this team. It's a complete rebuild, it seems like. Lots of younger guys, and the small ball is working here tonight against a very large Community. Now going into the history between Community and West. Last year in Intercity, Community had a 15-point lead in the second half, only ended up winning by 3. I know we were sweating at that game. That was a really fun game to commentate, and Community won the other game by 18. Then they actually took a West team that had a losing record by the end of the season, Community, second in state. That game was 3 points. This game is always close, as it is this year. It's a 5-point contest, even though coming in 14 points we saw at the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, Normal Community got off to that great start.
Mm-hmm. And West is just really, we've talked about it time and time again, they've been able to stop Community offensively. And for West offensively, it's picked up. They're shooting 3 balls with no hesitation. Reminded me kind of 2018 Rockets, just shooting up the 3s and letting them fly. And yeah, there's been a few off the backboard, but they're within 5 points. So does that really matter?
Yeah, we looked at also the regional last year. Normal Community got Minooka in the regional first game in the final. Just kind of give you an idea what the Ironmen did a year ago. An 11-point win over Minooka in the opener. Beat Rock Island by 16 in the regional final. Knocked off Moline final. Then there was the game against Quincy, the game that none of us will ever forget. Jaheen getting that dunk at the buzzer with the craziest ending that I've seen in a high school game, and I've watched a lot of high school basketball, 44-43. Then knocking off Downers Grove North, a team that had beaten them during the regular season with relative ease, 52-29. Beat Palatine at the Hall, the Assembly Hall, the State Farm Center, 58-38 in the state semifinals. And then losing to Homewood Flossmoor, 60-48 in the state championship. Ball coaching. Coach Witzik is at the top of every list, and it's not even close now. His numbers have just been absolutely phenomenal, and Coach Witzik's a better person than he is a coach.
And you talk about how he's shattered every record for coaching for community. He's the longest tenured coach in his 26th year. Second place, Franz Summers, who coached for 13 years back in the 50s and 60s. So that doubled now. This year will be double the length and just the longevity, being able to stay the coach and weather the storm, so many new players, and always coming out with a team that competes, as this year shows as well.
Sennett was able to corral that pass, but just stepped out of bounds. Boy, you got to love what Normal West did coming out of the ball up near the rim and let the big guy go get it.
And he kept it up high, didn't he? He didn't
That's what
let
I
it
want
fall
to
down.
see. Nobody can get up there. Kobe's the only one who can get up there. So that's just easy points for him.
And get it, and that's an easy basket for Kobe Walker. That can go down every time. And I think the Ironmen just keep going with that, and the only way West can really shut that down is the old hack-a-shack method.
Here's a three for Connor Smith. That's going to be well short. Rebound tipped around, and Given Smith has it now. And now Normal West breaking out the other way, and an easy layup looked like that way, but missed down low there for Marvel. Marvel's got it back, kicks it out for Sennett. Sennett is also a freshman out there. Chase Sennett, number 13 for the Wildcats. So we've seen a couple of freshmen seeing some nice minutes here.
Once he gets fouled, he's on the ground holding the basketball with just a huge grin on his face, and that's just what makes basketball such an amazing sport.
Kobe Walker spins, and Kobe Walker's got back-to-back buckets at the floor. They know where the ball needs to go, and they got it to the big guy twice in a row.
Yeah, and Trey, he's a junior, but he knows exactly where the ball needs to go as well. Being on varsity last year, I think it was so impactful for him to get that experience, and it's going to be huge for this team.
35-26, 6.5 to go here, third quarter. Wildcats headed down to 5 at the break. The Ironmen get the first 4 here of the third quarter now. And as Marvel backs it out here for the Wildcats, taking their time. This is the guy that lit the Ironmen up in the first half, was Zaleski, the official right there. As you can see, Marcus Russell now getting the players all up in the front court here, wants that defensive pressure here. And they're going to try to keep the ball out of Given Smith's hand.
Talk about some leadership from Marcus Russell. He actually won the Hustle Award last year. There's a 3-ball, and that is good by the freshman Chase Sennett. What a shot over the overarching arms of Kobe Walker.
First three-pointer for Normal West here in the second half as the Wildcats knock down 3 triples at half number 1. Burdett now surveying the scene. Finds Owen Osborne. 3 for Owen on the way, and down the well it goes. Owen Osborne's got his second 3. He's got 12 in the contest. The lead goes back to 9 now for Normal Community. And it's picked off of that time inside by Riley Larkin. No call from the official, and Kobe picks up the foul on the other end.
That's another thing. When you're smaller, you're able to get more scrappy. The refs seem to not see all across basketball. West is taking advantage of that tonight.
Free throw by Larkin up and no good. This Normal West in that first half was 7 for 8 from the free throw line. They missed their first free throw here of half number 2. The Ironmen lead 38-29, and boy, the Shirk Center has filled up here now in the second half of game 1.
That's what I'd love to see. They're preparing for Bloomington U-High, which is coming up after this. That should be a good contest. It's the second free throw, just rims in and out. And
trying to skip the ball over the top. 9-point lead right now for the Ironmen. 4:50 to go, third quarter, and the man-to-man press by Marcus Russell works to perfection. Up a foul on the play.
I love the hustle from Marcus Russell there. Obviously, he picks up a foul, but that was great. Marcus Russell is going to head to the bench after that. A great display of just putting your all out on the court, and it was a perfect dime to Connor Smith, who just overshot the layup.
Yeah, and we know I'm a Celtics fan. I love
man.
Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, yeah.
Having those smaller guards who just kind of like get the ball, get those rebounds is just so cool to watch.
Yeah, and Marcus Russell will be getting a lot of steals this season. It's a little hard to see.
And it looks like he's going to the bench now. So they finally got those two senior guards back in the lineup. Now they are heading back to the bench as Zaleski's first free throw is good. Line for the Wildcats, 38-30 here. Normal Community has the lead. The Normal West has done a great job of hanging around a really young Normal West Wildcats team this year. 9 sophomores, 4 freshmen on the varsity roster. Free throw up and no good, and that one picked out of there by Chase Caston. He's the freshman for the Ironmen on the floor.
Yeah, we got the young forwards in Chase Caston and Jarrell Brown, the freshman and sophomore respectively. We got a younger lineup in here. Here's Jarrell spotting up from 3. That's up and that's good.
Yeah, it looked like
Given Smith is just a powerful guard. He had that huge glass block over there. I know, Bella, you made a big reaction about that one. I saw your face. That was incredible. 3-point play. He doesn't care who's in the lane. He doesn't care that 6'4" Owen Osborne is in the paint. Jarrell Brown, 6'6", is in the lane. He's going to go at you, draw the contact, and make that and one.
Now the Ironmen break the press right there. Owen Osborne on the backside. He couldn't finish the layup. Nice lob that time by Trey Burdett. Here comes Brookings back the other way. Zaleski, 3, right corner. Down it goes. Mike Zaleski's got 16 in the game, and here we go. 41-36, 3.5 to go in the third. A 4th personal foul for Normal West. And Voorhees is going to have to go to come into the game. That is a tough loss for the Wildcats. He's going to have to sit for a goes to the bench. There's Trey Burdett on the spin and the score. And Coach Dave Witzik will take a timeout. Burdett's got 8 points now in the contest. And, boy, that is big for Given Smith going to the bench with 4 fouls. It'll be really interesting to see how long Normal West is going to sit him on the bench, and can they stay in the game without him.
Yeah, 2 very positive things just happened for the Ironmen. One, you have Malik Given Smith going to the bench. He's someone that was leading defensively and offensively, and just with this whole hustle demeanor that the West Wildcats, it's really fluid. And this is something we didn't see from him last year. We didn't see plays like this, and I'd love to see the confidence that he's been able to gain.
Bench as a sophomore on an absolutely loaded varsity roster a year ago for the Ironmen. 43-36, 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Zaleski's got 16 in the contest. Out to Brookings, 3 on the way. That's good again. A 3 for Oliver Brookins. He's got 8 now in the contest, and Normal West within 4. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter.
That is a beautiful 3-point shot. Owen Osborne's going to give that off to the freshman, Caston.
Normal West trailing by 6. They've been able to get within 4 here. Brookins looking for that 3-point shot again. Now gets the ball back outside to Jones. They'll reset the cast, and he's going to be fouled again. It's going to be on Trey Burdett coming by. And Mike Zaleski will head back to the line again. This is going to be free throw attempts 9 and 10 for the 5'11 senior.
You know, you think in this game, Kobe Walker's going to be getting to the line a lot. He has not seen much action from the line, and it has actually been Wes Zaleski. He'll now be shooting his 10th free throw. Has he made 8 of 9?
Yeah, he right now is 7 out of 9 from the free throw line here. As Given really get tight at the Shirk Center now. 1:50 to go in the third quarter.
This team is scrappy. What a find from Trey to Owen Osborne.
Big bucket there for the Ironmen, as Normal West had really, you can see the confidence though for Normal West has picked up tremendously since that first quarter.
Trey has blossomed into a leader for the Ironmen, and it has been on show for everybody at the Shirk Center tonight.
Brookins down the lane, and Chase Caston got a piece of that one right there. Here come the Ironmen back the other way. Burdett now Gonna kick it over, corner, Chase Caston, 3. That one around and out, didn't go down. Boy, he did not hesitate. That one out of bounds now. It's going to belong to Normal Community, I do believe. Wasn't exactly guards right now on the bench, and they can't wait to get in. Each one of them, Marcus Russell and also Connor Smith, have 3 fouls. Now we're down the lane, back outside. Trey Bird at 3, doesn't go down. Owen Osborne gonna have a foul coming up here against Normal West. That's gonna be against Charlie Hanks, and that is 4 team fouls against the Wildcats, so no free throws yet for Normal Community. The Ironmen have not shot a free throw in the second half, only 6 in the game so far. Kobe Walker shot 3, and Andrew Nauer got fouled on a 3-point shot. So the advantage at the free throw line has been majorly an advantage for the Wildcats. Jarrell Brown, boy, he loves that corner 3. That one would not go down. And the Ironmen have to settle for a 5-point lead here. 45 seconds to go. Oh, against Jarrell Brown. Boy, look, they get a lot of basketball right there. Picks up the foul, and that will send Charlie Hanks to the line as Normal West now. Two shots here for the Ironmen. For the Wildcats. 24.5 seconds to go, third period. And the Wildcats trail by 5.
Seems like when Community wants to get a little scrappy, as that free throw is missed by Hanks, they're not really allowed to get scrappy today, Bella. It seems like every time that they go for one of those plays, a foul is getting called.
Owen Osborne now will head to the bench as the Ironmen get Connor Smith in the lineup. Boy, that is a small lineup out there right now. You got freshman and sophomore going to be your 4 and 5. That a big miss free throw that time. We'll have a travel on the play on Trey Burdett. Plenty of time now for Normal West with 3.8 seconds on the clock. 47-42. AJ Ince is going to enter the lineup, and also in the lineup, Witzik does not want any of those seniors to pick up any more fouls here. We'll probably see them going into the 4th period. Catching the ball now is Marvel. He'll launch it from half court. That one's going to be off the backboard and no good. 3 quarters down from the Shirk Center tonight. Normal Community hanging on to a 47-42 lead as we enter the 4th quarter. Bella, give us your thoughts on quarter number 3.
Gosh, I really love how the Ironmen adjusted to that. They seem like they're getting...
I'm in timeout from West. Even when fouls get called against them, as there were 4 fouls in that quarter, they're able to just keep working, and they are staying aggressive.
3rd quarter right there. Mike Zaleski leads all scorers on both teams. He's got 17 points in the contest. I think one of the real questions that we're going to see in the 4th quarter is how long will Normal West sit Malik Gibbons-Smith on the bench? He's got 4 fouls right now, and how long he's going to find himself on the bench. To be quite honest, Connor Smith and Marcus Russell have not played a whole lot tonight because they've been in foul trouble through the entire contest. And we'll see if we're going to see them on the floor now for the final.
In these close games. But this year they're incorporating everybody, especially in this matchup. And now we have Connor Smith and Marcus Russell coming back in, getting some senior presence. We got 3 seniors.
Looks inside for Kobe Walker. Walker now up and in. And we're going to get a blocking foul against the Wildcats. Kobe Walker puts one down right there. He will head to the free throw line. Kobe has 12 points now in the game, trying to make it 13. 2 for 3 from the free throw line so far tonight, trying to make it 3 out of 4 and extend that lead back to 8.
That was the good old crab dribble there from Kobe Walker. Just 1 pound right on the ground and being able to turn and just put that ball up with sheer force. Love to see that from Walker, something we'll see time and time again this season.
7.5 to go. First game of the season. The Ironmen were 32-6 a year ago, and trying to win their first contest of the game here in 24-20.
As Chase Caston was on number 3, now he's moved on to number 11, the sophomore that's been sparking it from 3 tonight.
You can see now the Wildcats being really patient. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Zaleski now against Nauer. We're going to get a timeout here by Normal West, so they're going to talk things over. I do believe a full timeout here for the Wildcats, as they are down 8 with 6:59 to go in the contest. 16-5, Normal Community after.
End up getting to the rack and shooting a shot or scoring. But one thing they did do is they stayed composed. they were able to keep the ball, not turn it over with presences like being able to keep the ball, keep composure, even though, yes, they did have to use a timeout. That's huge, especially from a team that is filled with 9 sophomores, 4 freshmen, 1 junior, and only 2 seniors. They only have 3 upperclassmen, and they are able to stay composed like that. That's something that you love to see from your team, and that's going to be really important for the future of the Wildcats.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. Got off to a really rocky start, an 11-point deficit in this game. Normal Community and Normal West have played in the Intercity 28 times. That was fouled Riley Larkin, just the first team foul against Normal Community. And 1 apiece now, so still 4 to go before they're going to put the Wildcats into that 2-shot drop that time. And Marcus Russell has the rebound for the Ironmen. Here they come back the other way.
Yeah, the Ironmen and the Wildcats are looking for big wins here as they give it off to Kobe Walker. Kobe Walker missed it, gets the offensive board, puts it back in. That is Kobe's thing. He is able to get offensive boards. He does love to keep his hands high, and that allows for him to be able to get those putback points. That's exactly what the Ironmen want to see. They have a double-digit lead, the first since the second quarter.
Yeah, nice job by Marcus Russell with a nice little lob pass that time to Walker right near defense out front on the 5'11 senior. There's a count right now. Get that basketball over to Larkin. And now the Wildcats continue to be patient. Zaleski came off, it was well run. Zaleski kind of faded on that 3-pointer off that down screen, and that was well run that time by the Wildcats.
Yeah, my mom loves to say patience is a virtue, and we're seeing that from the Wildcats on offense today.
Now Marcus Russell down the lane, gets down inside. His second bucket of the contest. He's got 4 points. That gets the lead back to 9 here now. 5:13 to go in the contest.
You can tell these programs are urgent for a victory, and obviously Community's looking for their 20th.
Here. That was a close one, though, in the Intercity.
And one of the biggest goals for the Ironmen is to keep teams under 50. Throughout the history of the Ironmen, if they have kept teams under 50
to go, might be hard to keep the Wildcats under 50 tonight. Here's a 3 on the way, doesn't go down. That would have been a big one from Zach Marvel, and we will get a foul against Normal West here. 4:21 to go in the contest, 54-45. The lead for Normal Community. You see fans coming in from Bloomington and U-High now, trying to find a seat, trying to get ready for their contest. This is the neat thing about the Intercity, especially as you get to the 3rd and 4th quarter of the first game of the night.
I think this is the first time since the second, maybe even first quarter, that we've seen Community's starting lineup on the court.
Yeah, they've been battling foul trouble all night long, and we're going to get a foul here against foul. Yep, that is it. Boy, that is a huge foul against the Wildcats right there. He's going to have to leave the contest. He's got 10 points. That's going to be the end of his night right there.
And 10 points is only half of the story. He had an insane block, and he was really commanding the offense for a lot of this matchup, being able to really slow everybody down and be patient. And there's an inside pass to Owen Osborne just right off the glass.
I just couldn't finish it.
That is a big loss for West. Let's
foul trouble all night. Maybe see Marcus again at the 2-minute mark possibly, or let's kind of see how this lead goes probably here for Normal West. Will be the decision for Coach Dave Witzik.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see.
And right there, it looked like maybe Normal West had gotten a piece of it at the end, but the official right on top of it. Yeah, 54-45, Normal Community has the lead. 3:50 to go here in the contest. Opening night of the Intercity, opening night of the Normal Community basketball season. Thanks for joining us on here on the Ink Spot tonight. Zach Knox-Doyle, Bella Green joining me, Joel Swanson here, bringing you the action here in game number 1. It's been a good one.
Yeah, this has been a very fun start to the season as Mike shoots up a shot, no good. Kobe.
That's going to be on Kayshawn Jones. Picks that one up right there for the Wildcats.
Connor is showing that he is aggressive this season, and I love to see it.
Connor's got a wide open 3, and we'll have a foul on the play. I do believe this is going to go against Normal Community. And Trey Burdick picks up the foul right there. That's his second. That is the 3rd team foul against the Ironmen. That could be significant. Still just a 9-point game. Clock ticks down to 3:10 to go in the contest.
Yeah, I think West will be looking for a 3-ball here, maybe just the best option. A lot of the best options tonight have been 3 balls, and they haven't given it to Mike Oleski in 10-15.
7-point game as Normal Community only has 7 in the quarter. And now a foul on Sennett. Chase Sennett will pick that one up. And that is the 15th for Normal Community. And the Ironmen could find themselves at the line a lot in the last 2:37.
You know, I just want to take a second and talk about Trey and the impact he's had on this game. His defense, as that free throw is missed, his defense has been exceptional. He's been able to lock everybody down and only pick up 2 fouls on the night in a pretty foul-heavy game.
Yeah, that's been the key for him, is staying out of foul trouble. That's what Marcus and Connor have not been able to do. He misses the second free throw. Chase Caston is over the top, and a foul against the freshman right there. That's the 14th.
3-point shooter, and he's on the bench as he's got 4 fouls. So we'll see how the Ironmen do. Obviously, Nauer is a great defender and has shown it this season, and he's doing a great job so far.
So they're going to talk things over. Boy, Normal West has done a great job of keeping contact here in the 4th quarter. I kind of thought when Kobe made a couple of buckets to start the 4th, the Ironmen were going to start to pull away. They just have not been able to do it, and still very much a game that is in doubt. A 7-point contest here with 2.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it looked like the Ironmen were going to open it up as Kobe Walker got a couple buckets. They pushed it to double digits, but West will not go away today. They have stayed in this ball game through 3-point shooting.
Community get more of that to finish this game and put it away for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they're going to be able to get that basketball inside, because generally when you get down to the last 4 minutes, it becomes a guard's game a little bit more here in the last 2.5.
And getting it inside has really come courtesy of Trey Burdett. He's been able to thread the needle so successfully in this game. He's had multiple over half-court passes all the way down right on the money. And it will be interesting to see if we're going to see some of that in these closing minutes, as you do have Kobe Walker's presence. Owen is in the game, a bit taller, something that Kobe's been battling with, and we haven't seen the Ironmen go to Kobe as much when Owen is in the contest.
Now the Wildcats trigger the ball, and Marcus Russell, what a play by the seam, cutting to the basket.
Yeah, and Marcus threw it behind his back while he was spinning to save that ball. That was exceptional.
That was really good that time by Marcus Russell. But 2-9-7. The basket here makes it really interesting down the stretch. It feels like Normal Community's got a comfortable lead, but they certainly don't at this point. Kobe Walker doing a nice job with some pressure out front. Zach Marvel now. Zaleski's 3 is good. Here we go. Mike Zaleski knocks in the 3, and he's got 23 points on the night. Under 2 to go. We got ourselves a 4-point game. And how about the Wildcats?
And it is getting loud in the Shirk Center as Trey goes in, and he have a 4-point lead, and it is still 4 as that one's right off the back iron.
That's been exactly the same spot for him the last 3 free throws, all of them clinking off the back iron. Connor Smith comes in. Chase as Normal West going small here. They've got the 5 guards here in the lineup for the Wildcats. I'm going to try to see who the tallest player is out there right now for Normal West. I'm not sure they got anybody over 6 foot out there. It doesn't matter as Burdett misses both free throws. He goes 0 for 4, and the door is wide open now for Normal West.
Chase Sennett is 6 foot, and he is the tallest on the court right now for the Wildcats, as they really are looking for these shots, these 3-point shots, and actually...
Point game going back the other way. Boy, you got to give the Wildcats a ton of credit. They have hung in there nicely here so far as Dave Witzik takes a timeout for the Ironmen. Kind of talk point line quite heavily here. And now you got to watch for Normal West. As soon as they score, it's going to be full court pressure, so you got to talk about that in the timeout huddle as well.
And that play actually surprised me from West. I expected a 3-ball. What about you, Bella?
Yeah, I think Zaleski, he's been on fire today. I mean, he's been making threes like crazy. So I guess I could have expected them to do something with that.
Yeah.
And he's got 23 of their 50 in the contest here so far tonight. And that's really interesting. When you're only down by 4, you know, a 2 gets blocked. And Connor Smith's got 4 personal fouls, but maybe even more importantly, it puts Zaleski at the line. And that's not what Coach Witzik wanted at all right there, as this is free throws 11. Got to watch when that second free throw goes in. It'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure Normal West is able to put on. Around and out, and back home. That one hit the front rim, backboard, and down it goes. 24 points now for the 5'11 senior.
Sure, Gillespie had a sigh of relief after that other one just rimmed its way out. That one was able to rim its way in, and so is that one. Both of them are good. From Gillespie, he's up to 25 points. More importantly, West is within 4 with 1:09 on the clock.
1-2-2 now is the pressure from as Normal West has 2 timeouts. Normal Community has 3. And here we go as Mike Zaleski went over and back, and he certainly did. Boy, what a mistake right there. Court line, he kind of caught it in the front, stepped into the back right there, and a turnover against the Wildcats.
2 plays that are really just telling that this is the first game of the season there. Back-to-back, a 10-second violation, which I'm sure the Ironmen won't see much of as the season progresses, and an over and back from Gillespie that I'm sure he wishes he had back. Now Trey Burdett is back at the free throw line. He has been 0 for 4 in this 4th quarter. These are even bigger than the last one with 55 seconds on the clock and a 4-point lead.
Yeah, this is where the high school looking for number 12, and that one is short. Kobe got a hand on it, knocked around, the Wildcats have it. 50 seconds on the clock now. Gibbons in the front court, he's gonna turn it over. Burdett able to pick it off. Here comes Trey the other. That was Zach Marvel, and it will be Normal Community basketball. And if we got any indication of how long the West Wildcats were going to wait to foul, that was answered a few moments ago. They gave it really, really quick. You got to think they're going to give it again here pretty fast, just trying to extend this game.
What an excellent grab from Burdett there. He really put his body out there, and that's a quick foul. Only 2 seconds taken off the shot clock, or taken off the clock, as Connor Smith will go to the free throw. I did just say shot clock. Makes me wonder, is that going to be implemented in high school basketball?
2 years.
In 2
yeah,
years.
Not this season. It's going to be a pretty dynamic score, I think, for the Ironmen throughout the season. Spent a lot of time on the bench in foul trouble tonight as the Normal Communities had to go to their bench quite a bit. Second free throw up, and it is no. Normal West has to push it. 35 on the clock. They trail by 6. Zaleski now with 33 on the clock. Where Heist comes out front now. Trying to find Zaleski in the corner. Marcus Russell in for the steal. Zaleski's 3 is good. That is his 3rd 3 of the 4th quarter. Marcus Russell went for the steal and left Zaleski open.
And the clock kept running there. It stopped at it should have stopped at about 24 seconds after that 3 went in the basket. How much did you say Zaleski's up? The whole bench from West kind of rise and get really excited, and then when that one went down, this place erupted.
Yeah, it's a 1-possession game now. Just give you an idea how dominant he has been in the 4 they've got. It's from Owen Voorheis, the 6'6 senior, knocked in a bucket as well. Other than that, it's been all Mike Zaleski.
Wow, he has been exceptional here tonight. And you know, we talked about Malik Gibbons-Smith went out while West was down by 7, and we were wondering if that was going to make a difference. West has been able to stay in this ball game and even have a +4 point differential with him on the bench.
And right now, Normal Community, another number to look at. The Ironmen are 3 for 9 from the free throw. Under 20 seconds, he finds Andrew Nauer, and back out we go. 15 on the clock now. West is going to have to give a foul, and they do. And Connor Smith will head to the line. He will shoot one of these to make it a 2-possession game. We'll see if Connor can knock them both down. Voorheis is going to come back in. And also Chase Sennett, another really good 3-point shooter. The 23 is the guy you got to get up on. Smith's first free throw is good. Connor Smith now has 4 in the contest. And we'll see if Marcus Russell is going to get up on Mike Zaleski. 28 points for Zaleski tonight. Has kept Normal West in the game here in the second half. Connor Smith now trying to extend this lead out to 5. Free throw up, free throw line for the first time in the contest. He's got 4 points for Normal Community. 4 seconds on the clock, and it looks at this point like the Ironmen are going to dodge a bullet here in game 1.
Maybe some like Luka step back like crazy.
That was crazy.
Like clutch shot.
It looked like it there for just a moment. Didn't go down. Zaleski's got 5 triples in the contest for Normal West.
Marcus Russell is now up to 5 points on the contest, expanding the Irons lead to 5, 60-55 with 4 seconds on the clock. The second one is no good. The West Wildcats are going to have to act fast here.
Zaleski's 3 on the way, no good, and the horn sounds, and that is it for game number 1, 25 season.
Yeah, you know, Bella, Talk about your thoughts on the offensive end for the Ironmen. You know, 60 points, that's what they averaged last season as a
To see, like, that's what they averaged last year, it felt inconsistent at times. Also, I feel like the points came from a lot of different places. I mean, we saw some mid-range shots, we saw floaters, we saw Kobe getting down in the paint. Not that many three-pointers, which was also a thing last year. But I think to win those games, you just need to add up those points, get those easy points. So offensively,
it's going to create so many opportunities. I think there were a few opportunities missed from community, but I do really like how we seem very confident in driving confidence from guards. I mean, in particular, Trey Burdett drove to the lane almost every single time, showing no lack of confidence there. That's exactly what I want to see from the Ironmen throughout the entirety of this season. And then defensively, obviously, to not keep West under 50 when you're playing someone like Mike Zaleski, that's hard to do. He had 28 of the 55 for them and really was able to spark it from 3. So I think that perimeter defense is something that will need to be worked on. But in
the paint, like Kobe had 4 blocks maybe?
Yeah.
Like, having that length in the paint is something that will definitely help us.
Yeah, and then looking at West, and to be honest, I didn't know if this was going to be too much of a close game. It ends up being a 5-point game just because 4 freshmen, 9 sophomores, and only 3 upperclassmen. When you see that on a team, you immediately think rebuild. What I saw tonight was a team that can really shoot some threes and is well adjusted to their roster, being able to do some small ball, very aggressive on defense, just a whole team that I think could be really successful if they just commit themselves to this small ball. And
I mean, coming back in the beginning from like 10-point deficit and staying in the game for so long, I thought it was just super cool seeing all of those sophomores step up.
20th win against Weston Intercity. They become 20-9 against Weston Intercity, and they've now won 8 of the last 10 against the rivals.
Yeah, Normal Community looking for their 4th Intercity championship in 5 years. Let's just run down the numbers real quickly before we call it a night here. Normal Community led 16-5 after 1, 31-26 at halftime, 47-42 at the end of the 3. They win it 60-55. Total numbers look this way. Mike Zaleski had 28 to lead the Wildcats. Malik Given-Smith had 10. 5 for Marcus Russell, 4 for Connor Smith, 3 for Chase Caston, and 2 points for Andrew Nauer. Coach Dave Witzik picks up win number 521 in the career, but more important, 5 season. InkSpot will be back with our live stream tomorrow night. It will be girls basketball as the Lady Iron take on Bloomington. That will be a 6:30 tip. That will be on the live stream on the InkSpot. And Zach, I do believe our next boys game will be Friday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Coming up Friday.
Friday's going to be a doubleheader.
Friday will be a doubleheader as Normal Community girls at 5:30, Normal Community boys at 7 o'clock. Well, Bella, why don't you give me your final thoughts of the evening before we call it a night?
I mean, I always love to see the first game of the season.
Who would you give it to?
I think Marcus Russell,
in
in terms of just intensity and energy, I think he was a huge game changer.
I'd have to give Marcus Russell. I'd have to take Trey Burdett as my player of the game. Just the way he was able to compose the offense and also not pick up too many fouls while still getting a few steals. He just seemed very composed, especially for a junior.
Yeah, absolutely. Normal Community wins it by a final score of 60-55. So, Bella, you'll be on the live stream tomorrow night, correct, for the girls?
Yes.
Yep, and then Zach and Bella, will you guys both be together then on Friday? Is that correct?
We will.
Awesome,
Yes.
Good. And hopefully, Bella, you'll be able to join us. Again, you did a great job. We appreciate you helping us out.